president of Ohio State University, not exactly politically correct. In fact, many say insulting. But again, as we play the Ohio State fight song, keep in mind, the Ohio State University president, Ohio State is disparaging other universities for their lack of academic progress and prowess. Pot, meet kettle, go Buckeyes. Let's play the fight song. Another classic moment brought to you by The Ohio State University. Remember, if you cannot get into Ohio Wesleyan or Ohio University or the University of Cincinnati, you can always get into The Ohio State University. By the way, we're going to pause it about 3 minutes to let our syndicated stations catch up with us. I'm not sure we'll still have one in Columbus, but look, they're able to take the joke. They get our sense of humor. Big show coming up for everybody today. We're going to talk when our syndicated stations join us. We're going to talk about the government, which has been eavesdropping sort of on our computer records, on our phone calls. A lot of information came out this week from Glenn Greenwald, a blogger and reporter for The Guardian, who exposed perhaps one of the biggest government surveillance programs in our history. We'll talk about the implications of that. We'll first try to explain what the program is and what it is not. Daniel Marins and I will go through that. And then we're also going to try to dissect the political reaction to it, because the politics on all of this is also quite interesting. And sometimes it's the politics that can determine what sort of action, what sort of outcomes you have that you can influence. There have already been a promise of congressional hearings and government oversight, but interesting stuff to talk about in part because this was a program that was started under the Bush administration and that key members of Congress knew about. A couple other great things that are coming up later this hour. Just to take you through what's coming up on the show. Charlie Mitchell is going to talk about a cybersecurity bill that is sitting in front of Congress and what you can do to take action on that and why it matters. We've got Cliff Schachter talking about the legacy of Frank Lautenberg, the New Jersey senator who just recently died. And then we're going to dive into what's been going on in Turkey. You may have seen all the amazing video that is coming from the streets in Turkey. It's a sometimes confusing situation for some of us in the West to understand, but we have a perfect person to try to explain it to us today, and that is Cenk Uygur, who's got some Turkish ancestry, has been following the story closely. He's also the host of The Young Turks. Cenk Uygur will join us at 1 o'clock. We're going to give you another update from Daniel Marins on the Bangladesh factory collapse. More than 1,000 people, of course, killed several weeks ago. Daniel's been doing an admirable job in keeping up on that and the American connection to those horrible working conditions overseas. And then in our third hour, we've got a great conversation about something you can do in terms of making a difference with where you get your electricity. Yes, you can now choose where you get your electricity and do something that we are doing at We Act Radio, and making sure that the electricity that we use for our radio station is renewable, that it's solar, that it's wind, that it's hydroelectric. It is ethical electricity. It does not involve the burning of fossil fuels. We will enable you, we will give you the information on how you can do this with your own home and also your business. If you want to use your electricity bills and the way you get power in order to influence our world, you can do that now. It's not just about where you buy your gasoline. It's not just about what food you pick out in the grocery store. Now even your electricity, you can match that with your ethics and your values. We're going to pause in 10 seconds and let our syndicated stations join us. We appreciate you watching us on our Take Action News TV YouTube channel and, of course, on We Act Radio. We pause now for our syndicated stations. You're listening and watching the Take Action News.